Hello friends. So we are live again. All right. So this is our online MATLAB online session on MATLAB. So in this live session, I will be teaching you about some of the basics of the MATLAB. So basics means let's say that means what are the basic commands, how to operate this MATLAB environment, what are different commands which we can use, and what are small programs which we can write on MATLAB. Okay, so prior to starting about it, so let's first introduce myself. So I am Dr. Sachin Sharma, and I'm operating this channel for past 5 to 6 years, and many of you are subscribers to our channel. So if you are not, then you can subscribe to this channel so that you can be you can remain aware about the latest updates from my side. Okay, and you can also let us know about yourself by typing your name and the location from where you are watching this video. Okay, so please type. Uh, I'm waiting for. I will wait for some seconds or some minutes prior to starting or prior to jumping to the main content. Okay. Okay. So we have one person who is this Android with Simant. So that's good. So I hope Simant you are liking this tutorial video. That's encouraging. Okay. So let's see if anyone also type their name and the location from where they are seeing. So if you have joined, then you can type your name and your city location in the chat box. Okay. Okay, Siman, we know it's Mac now. That's good. You are publicizing your Mac computer. So the location means I want to say like from which city you are viewing this live session. Okay, we have another person, Prashant Sharma. That's good. So Prashant, can you type your city name? Okay, so that everyone can know from which city you are viewing this. Okay, yeah, we have one more user, Neha Sharma. Okay, that's good. Uh, so let's start with the MATLAB now. I think we have these 4 to 5 users online as of now, and we will continue with them. Okay, and in the meantime, if more people join us, then that will be great. Okay. Okay, so let's start with MATLAB. So this is a MATLAB environment, and whoever is using this MATLAB for the academic or industrial purpose, they may be aware about it. Okay, so in this MATLAB environment, there are lots of windows are here. So this is the current folder window, which shows like in which folder you are working right now. So okay, and this is the workspace. So whatever variable you create, those variable appear here, and from the workspace you can directly see the values of those different variables you have created. And this is the home session. There are lots of options here. Okay, so one of the good point important option is this preferences. So from this preferences you can change the different settings of this MATLAB environment. For example, one of the common is this font. So from this settings you can change the font of this MATLAB environment. You can change, make it to bold, you can change the size, you can set the font name. Okay, and other than that there are lots of plots available. So right now they are disabled because there is no variable available here. And there are different apps like curve fitting optimization, PID tuner. And if you drag explore expand this, there will be lot of other apps related to different applications. Okay, now this is the most important window, that is a command window. So as its name suggests, some command window indicates like whatever you type here, you type like a command. Okay, and then it executes instantly that particular command. Okay, so let's say we start with some variable. So I hope you are very much familiar with the variables and the constant. So if I type 8 and press enter, so it creates 8 as a constant. But by default, this MATLAB, if we don't assign this value to any variable, by default it assigned to the answer variable. So similarly, answer variable is has been created here with a value of 8. Okay, now let's say if you have something you want to create some other variable, let's say equals to 10. So you simply type a equals to 10 and press enter. So variable a is created here, and let's say if you type b equals to 20, then variable b is created here, right? Okay, now let's say we want to do some mathematical operations on them, so we can simply type a plus b, so we'll get 30, right? So there is another command clc. So this particular command is used to clear the screen. If I type and press enter, the screen is all clear. Okay, now I can pass this addition information to some other variable as well. Let's say c equals to a okay, c equals to a plus b. So a is a variable and b is a variable as well. So we are passing the addition of these two variable into another variable c. So c variable will be created and the sum result of the sum will passed into it. So if I press enter, we'll get c equals to 30. The same you can see here. Now let's say I type d equals to a minus b and put semicolon there. So if I press enter, so oops, you may have seen or you have observed one uh, variation in the kind of output it. In this earlier command, we see the output just after the command, but in this command we didn't see the output because we have used this output suppressor. So in this MATLAB, this semicolon is not like it is a mandatory keyword like it is in C and several other languages. In MATLAB, this semicolon acts as an output suppressor. So if you press this semicolon at the end of any command, the output of that command will not be displayed in the command window, but that command will be executed like it happened in this case. So d equals to a minus b, that means we subtracted these two variables and we passed the result into variable d. So variable d is created with a different value minus 10. Okay, so these are the different mathematical operation. If you type a equals to a divided by b, it will give the division. If you type a equals to a and this, I think this is the backward slash and b, so the answer will be different. So in this case, when we type a divided by b, so 10 divided by 20, so we got 0.5. Now it is a divided by b. Let's say what we'll get, e equals to okay, e equals to a divided by b and it becomes 2. Okay, so this is a backward slash, and in this case the b will be divided by a. Okay, so this is the very basic difference between between these two slashes. Okay, so now uh, we have used different variables. Let's create some another variable. So let's say we want to put the square, a square plus b into 10, and we'll get the value of f here. So that very straightforward. So you just have to type the expression which you want to evaluate and then press enter. So that expression with variable name will be evaluated and the corresponding output will be given. Okay. Okay. Now these are the commands. Now what if we want to create lots of command I want to write in a script. That means we want to execute those command one by one. Okay. Uh, so just hold on a minute. Okay, so now we will create a script. So we will go to home and we'll create a new script. So in this script we can write multiple commands and their output or those commands will be executed one by one. Okay, so we type here. So let's say this is example script. So you may have observed I have put this ampersand sign there, percentage sign there. So this particular sign makes the line as comment. Okay, now prior to saving this file we should change the current working folder, because our current working folder is in the by default directory of MATLAB, that is bin. So we don't want to save our file here, otherwise sometimes this MATLAB throws error like you can't change into by default directory or something like that. So in order to avoid all those kind of errors, we can change this current working folder to the desktop. So we will go here and browse for folder and we will select desktop, and there. So right now desktop is selected and whatever file will save, that will be saved in the desktop. Or we can also do one thing, within the desktop only we can create a new folder. So let's say we create a new folder in the desktop and I write the name live MATLAB demo. Okay, so now my working folder is desktop live MATLAB demo. So I will save this file here. So I press Ctrl S and save file demo. Okay, so this demo.m is created. Now here I can write different commands. So we have learned different commands like CLC right now. Okay, CLC is used to clear the screen. So let's say I type a equals to 10 here, b equals to 20. So this is how I can type all the commands simultaneously. C equals to a plus b and d equals to a minus b and e equals to a multiplied by b. Okay, and let's save it. So okay, I run this command. Okay, what happens in this case, let's say if I make them commented and if I run the command again, it will not throw an error. Though I have not initialized the variables, but it has taken the previous values of those variables directly from the workspace. So right now for this program it is okay, but sometimes when we are making a larger program, this could be a major bug in your program. So very best thing is to clear all the workspace variable prior to running your current script. So in order to clear all the variables or any variable, let's say I want to clear a variable a, so there is a command clear then the variable name. So variable a will be removed from this workspace. If I want to clear all the variables, then I will type clear all. So all the variables will be washed out. So now if I run this program again, it will throw an error like there is no variable a is not defined. Okay, so this is a very good habit to clear all the previous values available in the workspace prior to starting with your current program. So now I have to uncomment them. So yeah, if you want to comment multiple lines simultaneously, you just press Ctrl plus R. Okay, so by pressing this, select those lines and press Ctrl plus R. All these lines will become commented, and if you want to uncomment them, then select all these lines and press Ctrl plus P. All these lines will be uncommented. Okay, now let's move forward. Let's run it again. Okay, here we have done everything, but we are not able to see the output in the command window. So let's say we want to display our output. So let's say I type this A, okay, and then I type this B, okay, not A, let's type C, and this D, and then this A, and save and press. So these variable value will be displayed in the command window. Okay, so you just have to use this command disp in order to display any variable in the command window. Okay, now let's see different kind of data types available. So right now if you type whos, you will see all the variables available in the workspace, their size, how much size they are taking, that means the matrix they are taking. So I forgot to mention, in MATLAB it represents the matrix laboratory. So each and every variable is represented as a form of a matrix. Even if you double click on any variable, a separate window will open up. Okay, so let's double click on it. Here it is. So in some of users, this window pops up as a separate window. So you can go here and you can make it dock. So in your session, dock command, dock option will be coming up. If you press undock, this will comes out of this uh, entire integrated environment. Okay, so here's the size 1 cross 1. That means it is a scalar value because its size is 1 cross 1. Now its class is double, so double takes 8 bytes. Now we have different kind of variables available. Let's say if I type f equals to and pass a string here. Okay, so let's say I pass a single word here, s. So variable f is created and it is of again let's type whos. So f is of character type and it is taking 2 bytes of data. So here character is taking 2 bytes of data. Now if I define g as a string, so if you want to define a string, just simply type Sachin Sharma. Okay, and now type whos, then you will find all the variables. G is also there, so its size is 1 cross 13 because this Sachin Sharma is a kind of an array. Okay, so its total size is 1 and total characters 1 row and 13 columns. That indicates they are total 13 characters, and total space is occupied is 26 characters. Okay, similarly there are other variables as well, boolean variables. So if I type h equals to true, so it is a logical variable. Again if I type whos, so here comes the logical and it takes only 1 byte. Okay, you will see also the variation in the representation here. So if you look at carefully, for matrix there is a square boxes, for string there is a characters, and for boolean there is a right sign that indicates either true or false. So similarly different kind of mathematical operation you can also perform on this logical operators as well. So let's press CLC. Okay, now coming to our main script, we just displayed here all the variables C, D, E, but I don't know what is C and what is -10 and what is 200. So I can also display some of the information. Let's say I type this value of C is, okay, and then I copy it and type here value of D is, and then I copy it and I type value of E is, and if I run it, it will simply type here like value of C is 30, value of D is -10, value of E is 200. Okay, now there is one more manipulation we can do, and that is important. You should see it carefully. And what will I do is, like, let's say I have two string, right? A equals to as Sachin is one string and B equals to Sharma is another string. Now I want to concatenate them. So let's say if I type C equals to A plus B, I think we should throw an error. Yeah, it has added one by one and then converted those numbers into character. Okay, that is obviously wrong. Okay, now if I type C equals to A space B, then it will concatenate both the strings Sachin Sharma. Now there was no space in between, so no space has been provided. Okay, so that means we can concatenate two strings by this operator. Okay, now we want to display the value of C in the same line. So but C is double type, so let's say we can concatenate a double type. So D is -10. So if I type C equals to A and D, so it has not concatenated D with it. Okay, now because it is of different type, so we have to convert this double to the string type. So there is a command. If right now if you look at it, whose, so D is of double type, right? So now let's convert it into string type. So there is a command as num2 str bracket D. So it will convert it into a character. So now D is a character, and if you type whose, you will find D is a character type. Okay, now we can concatenate these two things. So yeah, if you press upper arrow, all the previous commands which you have run, those commands will appear. So now it has concatenated. Okay, so the same thing we can apply it here. So I will command this display commands here, and I will change it to like this. So I want to concatenate this string, that means this string with the another string which I will convert it into an array. So I intentionally provided a space here so that when this complete string is displayed, there is a proper spacing. So I will type num2 str bracket C again. So let's copy this. So the value of D is, so we'll change, and here I will change D, and here I will change E. Okay, so if I run it, you will see in a nice format. Okay, let's make CLC and run the code again. So value of C is 30, D is -10, and E is 200. So this is how you can see different commands running. Okay, so now coming back to, okay, jumping to the next thing. Okay, till now we have taken the values, of fixed values from the user, and these values are A equals to 10 and B equals to 20. So let's see if we can take the inputs from the user data. Okay, so in this case, for that we have a command, input command, in which we can ask certain inputs from the user. So let's first try here. Okay, prior to that, let's clear all the variables here. Clear all CLC. So I type A equals to input, I type enter any number, and if I press enter, so whatever string I type here, that comes as an input. And if I press 10, so this execution is hold up here. Okay, So once I press enter, the value which I am entering will pass to A, will be assigned to A. So yeah, A equals to 10. So this is how uh, I can take the inputs from the user. Okay. Now, if you want to learn more about input, so this help session is a very important tool in MATLAB. You just type input here, and it will give you the possible options, and then uh, okay, I think new window is not with you, so let me add help section. Okay, so now help session is in front of you. So this is the help section which comes up, and in this, you if you press directly on this, open a new tab, so it will come up here. So in this page, on this page, everything about this input command is being displayed, and then you can simply see its various uses. Okay, so this is true for any command which you want to search within the MATLAB only. Okay, so now coming to the MATLAB again, let's remove this tool. Okay, we are back to the MATLAB. So now instead of taking the inputs directly, we will ask from the user. So I press Ctrl R, it make this line as a command. So I type A equals to input. I will type enter first number, and then I will make B as an input as well. I will type input enter second number. Okay, so now I've added. So here instead of typing this, I will say addition of numbers is, and then subtraction of numbers is, and then I will type addition, subtraction, then multiplication. Okay, so I run it. So it will ask enter first number. So remember, you run it first, otherwise because if we runs first time, it will stuck here, and if it runs two or three more times, so even after completion of execution of first run, it will keep on running the previous commands of run. Okay, so just make sure you runs this button only first time. So let's say runs enter first number, let's say enter second number, and the addition of the numbers is 5 and subtraction of the number is 10. Okay, no, addition of the number is 35 and subtraction of the number is minus 15 and multiplication is 250. Okay, that's good, that's good. Okay, now let's CLC. So I hope you have learned several things. So now we will complete this basic commands after this example. So in this case, we will ask from the user like uh, to compute the interest rate on a sum payment. That means we will implement a simple interest formula here, and we will ask from the user like what is the principal amount and what is the interest rate and for how many years you want to compute the interest rate. Okay, so we will create a new tab. Okay, and here we will press it like this file computes the interest. Okay, so as we did, we will clear all the variables and we'll make it CLC as well. So we will save this file, we'll click demo interest. Okay, so now what will be 2. We will ask from the user. So I hope all of you know or all of you are familiar with the interest rate formula, a simple formula of simple interest. That is rate into time into principal amount divided by 100. So uh, that formula will give you the simple interest. Okay, so first of all we'll ask for the principal amount. So we'll ask from the user, like, enter principal amount, and then we will ask from the user about the rate, enter the interest rate, and then we will ask from the user about the time period, enter the time duration. Okay, now we will compute the simple interest. So let's create a past let's compute the simple interest into a separate variable. Okay, so we'll type SI, which indicates the simple interest, that equals to P into R into T divided by 100. Okay, and then we'll display this simple interest is, and then remember we have to concatenate this to string, and prior to concatenation we have to convert this SI, because this is a double format, into a string type variable. So we'll type it num to str SR. Okay, and then let's run it. Okay, so it is asking for the principal amount. Let's say 1000, and interest rate is 10%. Oops, that is too high. So right now interest rate is around 4%. Okay, if we talk about real banking within India. Yeah, so interest. Let's assume we are living in a hypothetical world. So we have been provided with this high amount of interest rate, and then enter the time duration. So we take it for 1 year only. So the interest will be 100 rupees. Okay, that's interesting. So let's run it. So let's take 1 lakh, interest rate 5. Okay, it is 10,000 only. Interest rate is 5, and time duration is 5 years. So the simple interest will be 2500. Okay, so this is how you can create some small scripts and can create these small programs to learn the very basics of this MATLAB. Okay, so I hope that is enough for this first session. So we will be coming up with the new live session teaching different parts of the MATLAB. So this session was for very basics of the MATLAB, and in the upcoming session we will move forward with different with the different commands and different uses of the MATLAB. Okay, so if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel as soon as possible, so you can be aware about the latest updates and you can be aware about the latest offering by us. Okay, so let's see comment window if any one of you have commented. So you can let us know by typing in the comment like how did you like this video, or okay, we have a question from here, web housing our own control system. Yes, we can provide it, and recently if you go through our community timeline, then you will see we have proposed a small online workshop on optimization, and obviously that includes the very basics of the control system. So you can join that particular workshop, and that is scheduled on 16th of May. Okay, So if you have any very specific requirement, then you can also let us know through either commenting below this video or through our community channel as well. Okay, let's hear about if anyone else wants to say anything, and then after that we will close this our first live session on basics of MATLAB. Okay, Vaibhav, I will share the link with you. Okay, I will post. Okay, I will share the link of that post with you. Sure. Okay, so I hope that's it for today, and let's stop our live session. So we will inform you about the next live session on this MATLAB basics. We will talk about if-else statement and loops in MATLAB, and plotting, different kind of plotting in MATLAB in our next live session. Okay, so thanks for watching and thanks for joining me on this live session. Bye.